The secret to manifesting vast sums of money quickly, even within 2 days, lies not in the desperate hustle, not in frantic efforts, but in your ability to command reality through the quiet authority of your imagination. The world that surrounds you is not a rigid, unyielding structure. It is fluid, responsive, and obedient to the assumptions you entertain and accept as true within yourself. Money, like anything else, is not attracted by effort alone. It is summoned by belief. The great mistake people make is they chase money with the same energy as one who fears lack. They speak of wanting abundance, yet their dominant inner conversations are saturated with thoughts of insufficiency, struggle, and fear of never having enough. But understand this: the world outside mirrors back only the convictions you secretly carry within. If you desire large sums of money within 2 days, the first act is internal. You must abandon the evidence of your senses and boldly occupy the state of wealth right now, even before the external signs appear. This is not mere positive thinking. It is an unshakable assumption that what you desire is already yours. Close your eyes and feel the weight of the money in your hand. Hear the crisp sound of bills, the hum of prosperity flowing towards you. Imagine checking your bank account and seeing amounts that defy your previous reality. Feel the gratitude, the confidence, the naturalness of wealth surrounding you. Do not treat this as fantasy, treat it as fact. Those who truly manifest quickly are those who understand that time is nothing but a reflection of their consciousness. You are not bound by calendars or clocks. The world reshapes itself rapidly to align with the image you sustain within your mind. So dwell not in wishful hope, but in certainty. There is no power outside of you deciding when or how money will come. The only determining force is your assumption. The minute you assume you already possess great wealth, reality begins to shift. The channels, opportunities, and people required for your manifestation are drawn to you with mathematical precision, guided by the blueprint of your belief. Doubt delays, fear repels, but unwavering assumption accelerates. If you can suspend disbelief for just a moment and fully saturate your inner world with the feeling of already having vast sums of money, you will find the universe bending to your will faster than logic would ever allow. Many have experienced unexpected windfalls, surprise business deals, forgotten checks or gifts, simply because they mastered this inner conviction. Money can flow through any avenue: a phone call, a message, a meeting, or even from sources you cannot yet conceive. Your role is not to dictate the how, but to rest in the knowing that it is done. You must walk through your day with the confidence of one who already possesses immense wealth. Speak, move, and think as though you are financially abundant, not in arrogance, but in quiet assurance. The moment you allow yourself to entertain the possibility of failure, you disrupt the creative process. The law is simple but absolute. Assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, and reality has no choice but to conform. It is not up for negotiation. The outer world is compelled to rearrange itself to match the inner reality you consistently inhabit. 2 days is not a limitation for those who understand the authority of their imagination. Time compresses itself for the one who assumes boldly and consistently. You can manifest vast sums of money not because you are lucky, but because you understand the profound truth. Your consciousness shapes your world. All wealth, all abundance, all resources are already present, waiting in the invisible realm for you to claim them. And you claim them not by effort, but by the dominion of your mind. Enter the state, feel the reality of wealth as natural and present now. Refuse to argue with appearances, and you will find that even in 2 days or less, the riches you sought are already making their way to you. Everything in your world, everything you touch, see, or experience is the projection of your innermost assumptions. Life does not respond to what you wish for or what you beg for. It bends to what you boldly assume to be true. This is the most overlooked truth about creating reality, especially when it comes to wealth. You can desire huge sums of money all day, but if your dominant assumption is lack, struggle, or limitation, you will continue to live inside the prison of that belief, no matter how hard you work or how loudly you affirm otherwise. But when you assume wealth is already yours, when you carry the feeling that you possess abundance right now, the world must obey. It is impossible for your outer life to contradict the inner truth you live in. The outer world has no choice but to reflect the dominant tone of your inner conversations and feelings. You may look at your empty bank account and see zeros, but if you stand in the mental state where large sums of money already belong to you, life has no power to deny that reality. The world outside of you is nothing more than the mirror of your consciousness, faithfully reproducing your inner convictions in visible form. The moment you truly assume, not as wishful thinking, but as an immovable fact within your being, the conditions necessary to deliver money, whether expected or miraculous, will begin to unfold. You have been taught to believe that life is random, that wealth belongs to the lucky, the connected, or those born into privilege. But reality does not unfold by chance. It unfolds by law. The law that what you assume to be true becomes true. An assumption is not about mere words. It is not empty declarations repeated out of hope. Assumption is an inner knowing, a silent confidence, an unshakable feeling that what you desire is already yours, regardless of what your eyes may show you. It is standing firmly in the unseen while the visible world catches up. If you desire huge sums of money within days, you must step into the consciousness where wealth is natural, expected, and present now. You do not beg the world to change. You do not plead for miracles. You assume. You close your eyes and feel the joy of holding the money, seeing it in your account, spending it, using it. You construct a scene that implies the money is already yours. A phone call confirming the transfer, a message from your bank, a friend congratulating you. At this moment, if you call the professor and ask him or give him the name, you bring this scene to life in your imagination and you saturate yourself in the feeling that it is already done. Assumption works in silence. You may not tell a soul about your inner work, but the results will speak loudly in your world. Those who master this understand that they are not victims of circumstance. They are the authors of reality, writing the script through the assumptions they entertain. The poor assume struggle, so they live in struggle. The wealthy assume abundance, so they live in abundance. The difference is not luck, it is belief. But understand this, you cannot deceive this process. You cannot assume wealth for 5 minutes and spend the rest of your day doubting, fearing, and contradicting that assumption with your words and emotions. Your inner state must become consistent. You must live in the mental atmosphere where having vast sums of money feels ordinary and natural. When the assumption becomes your resting place, when it is no longer a temporary fantasy but a sustained belief, the world will conform with shocking speed. Many will tell you that change takes time, that building wealth is a slow, painful process. But the law of assumption transcends time. The moment you fully inhabit the feeling of wealth, the channels required for your manifestation begin to open, often in ways you could never predict. You do not need to know how the money will come. Your only responsibility is to saturate your being with the inner reality of already possessing it. Life handles the details. The money, the opportunity, the unexpected gift, a new client, the forgotten inheritance, they flow towards you, summoned by the magnetic force of your assumption. You must walk through your day in quiet authority, as one who knows they are wealthy, even when the world presents no evidence. You must see beyond appearances and rest in the unseen. For the unseen is the womb of reality, the place where your assumptions germinate before becoming visible. Do not despise small beginnings. Even the faintest shift in your world is a sign that your inner assumption is working. But you must persist. You must refuse to be swayed by temporary conditions. The one who assumes with unwavering faith is the one who commands reality. It is not arrogance to assume abundance. It is your divine right. The universe is abundant by nature, and money is simply energy responding to the frequency of your belief. If you feel rich, if you assume wealth is yours, life has no choice but to reflect that state. The process is simple, yet few apply it with discipline. They waver, they doubt, they contradict themselves with fear. But those who remain firm in their assumption are those who witness rapid, almost miraculous change. You must test this truth for yourself. Begin now. Assume large sums of money belong to you. Imagine the joy, the relief, the freedom of having it. Rest in that feeling, not as fantasy, but as your current state. Watch how life rearranges itself, how events unfold, how the impossible becomes possible. The assumption creates reality. This is the law. You have always possessed this power. Now is the time to use it deliberately, boldly, and watch the money you desire flow to you in ways beyond logic. Your senses will lie to you. They will whisper stories of lack, of limitation, of impossibility, convincing you to believe in the visible world as the ultimate truth. But the wise understand that the evidence of the senses is nothing more than an echo of your previous assumptions, a reflection of your old beliefs crystallized into form. If you desire to manifest large sums of money quickly, you must learn to ignore what your eyes, ears, and surroundings are screaming at you. You must look beyond the bank account, beyond the unpaid bills, beyond the circumstances that appear fixed, and place your trust entirely in the unseen realm where all creation begins. It is not ignorance to ignore the senses, it is mastery. The senses report only the past, the zeros in your account, the debts, the struggling business. These are not signs of what must be, but remnants of what was. The outer world lags behind your inner world. By the time your senses show evidence of change, the real work has already been done within. Therefore, if you react to what you see, you remain trapped in an endless loop of recreating the same conditions, reinforcing the same scarcity, validating the same limitations. To break free, you must rebel against appearances. You must cultivate the ability to stand in the midst of visible lack and declare within yourself, "This is not my reality." You must refuse to be hypnotized by conditions that contradict your desire. Instead, you must close your eyes to the world and open them inward, where the true creative power resides. There, in the silence of your imagination, you construct a new reality. A reality where vast sums of money flow to you easily, where your wealth is undeniable, where prosperity is not a distant dream, but a present fact. The average person allows circumstances to dictate their feelings, their expectations, their beliefs. But those who manifest rapidly, those who summon large sums of money in days, even hours, are those who discipline themselves to feel wealthy regardless of current evidence. They understand that the senses are followers, not leaders. The senses conform to the dominant assumption held within. So, if you can ignore what appears to be and persist in the assumption of wealth, the outer world must eventually bend to reflect that inner truth. It requires courage to ignore the senses, to walk by faith and not by sight. But every great manifestation is born from this courage. You may feel foolish at first, declaring abundance when your circumstances shout otherwise. But persist. Every time you refuse to react to appearances and instead anchor yourself in the unseen reality of wealth, you chip away at the old patterns and create space for the new to emerge. Think of a seed planted in the soil. You do not see its growth immediately, If you judged the success of the seed by what you saw above ground in the first few hours, you would declare failure. But underground, invisible to the eye, life is stirring, roots are forming, transformation is happening. The same is true for your desires. When you plant the seed of wealth in your imagination, when you assume vast sums of money belong to you, you may not see immediate evidence, but beneath the surface, reality is shifting, preparing to reveal itself. But the impatient, those addicted to what the senses report, will uproot the seed before it sprouts. They will say, "Nothing is happening, I see no change." And by that declaration, they return to the old assumption of lack, and the cycle repeats. But those who understand the game of creation hold their vision steady. They refuse to argue with appearances. They know that what is seen is temporary, but what is unseen, their assumption, their inner state, is eternal and causal. You must become blind to limitation and deaf to doubt. You must train your mind to see only the reality you desire, to feel only the wealth you claim, to dwell only in the certainty that large sums of money are yours now. It is not delusion, it is creation. You are not ignoring facts. You are replacing them. You are withdrawing your attention from the reality you no longer accept and investing your belief in the reality you now command. The senses are conditioned to report struggle, scarcity, and delay because of the assumptions you held in the past. But today you have the power to assume differently, to ignore the echoes of limitation and listen only to the voice within that declares abundance. As you persist in this, the senses will catch up. The world will reshape. The zeros in your account will give way to unexpected deposits, surprise opportunities, miraculous windfalls. But these manifestations begin the moment you master the art of ignoring the senses and living from the unseen. It is in your imagination that the great fortunes are created, long before they touch your hands. The world you see is a mirror, but mirrors do not create, they reflect. If you desire to see wealth reflected back at you, you must install wealth within. And you cannot do this while reacting emotionally to appearances of lack. You must rise above the temporary, the fleeting, the visible, and claim your inheritance in the invisible. Those who manifest vast sums of money quickly do so not because they are special, but because they understand this principle: ignore the senses. They walk in quiet assurance, unshaken by temporary lack, unmoved by present conditions, unwavering in their inner conviction that wealth is theirs. And as they persist, the world obeys, the money flows, and the unseen becomes seen. You have that same power. You can look beyond what is into what will be, and through your unwavering inner vision compel reality to conform. Ignore the senses. They are the shadows of old beliefs. Turn your attention inward. Assume your wealth and watch as the world transforms, not in weeks or months, but in days, sometimes even less. Your reality does not originate from what your senses report. It originates from what you dare to believe, despite appearances. The fastest way to draw vast sums of money into your life is to collapse the gap between desire and reality through feeling. You are not waiting for money to arrive. You are not hoping, wishing, or begging for circumstances to shift. You are stepping into the emotional experience of already being wealthy right now, even before the world gives you permission to believe it. Feeling is the bridge between the invisible and the visible. It is the secret language the universe responds to. And until you learn to feel the reality of wealth in this present moment, regardless of appearances, your desire for money will remain distant, always just beyond reach. The greatest illusion people live under is that circumstances dictate feelings. They look at their empty accounts, their financial struggles, and they allow those temporary conditions to control their state of being. But those who understand the true nature of reality reverse this process. They decide first how they feel, and then the world conforms. You must train yourself to feel wealthy, abundant, and secure now, not because your current situation supports it, but because your imagination commands it. Promesse tu anessa Giordana. Enter it to your. You do this by stepping into the scene of your desire fulfilled, vividly, emotionally, as if it were happening now. You close your eyes and imagine seeing your bank balance overflowing with large sums of money. You feel the weight of cash in your hands, the texture of the bills, the sound of them stacking. You hear your phone ring with good news, a deal closed, an unexpected gift, a forgotten check arriving. You see yourself celebrating, sharing the news, feeling the relief, the joy, the certainty that the money has arrived. And as you create these scenes, you do not observe them as an outsider. You enter them, you live them. You fuse your identity with the version of you who already possesses the money. It is not about daydreaming, it is about emotionally relocating yourself into the state where wealth feels natural, inevitable, and present. The world outside may not have changed yet, but within you, everything has shifted. And because your inner world is the blueprint of your reality, the outer world must obey. Many people fail to manifest quickly because they entertain contradictory feelings. For a few moments they imagine wealth, but then they return to fear, doubt, and frustration. They look at their surroundings and feel poor again. They undo the creative work through inconsistent emotion. But those who master manifestation cultivate the discipline to dwell persistently in the feeling of the wish fulfilled. They feel rich even when the bank account is empty. They feel secure even when the bills pile up. They feel abundant even when their circumstances suggest lack. It may feel unnatural at first, but the more you practice, the more effortless it becomes. You are not lying to yourself. You are rewriting the story. You are choosing to occupy the state of wealth now, and in doing so, you accelerate the arrival of money in your visible world. Feeling is the signal you send to the universe, and the universe echoes back conditions that match that signal. You must feel the money as yours, not as a distant goal or a future possibility, but as a present possession. You must dwell so deeply in that state that when the money arrives, it feels expected, normal, even ordinary. That is how manifestation works, not through shock, but through familiarity. If you desire large sums of money in 2 days or less, you must make the feeling of wealth so familiar that its arrival feels like a natural progression, not a miracle. Feeling is the magnetic force that draws circumstances, people, and opportunities into alignment with your assumption. Words alone do not manifest. Visualizations without feeling are weak. But when you saturate your inner world with the emotion of already having what you desire, reality moves rapidly. Money begins to flow from unexpected places. Opportunities appear that defy logic. Resources emerge from channels you could never have planned. But all of it begins with your feeling. Do not underestimate the power of this. Your emotions are creative tools, not reactions. You can generate the feeling of wealth at will. You can construct scenes in your mind so vivid, so alive, that your subconscious accepts them as fact. And once accepted, your world shifts to reflect them. If you struggle to feel wealthy, practice with small steps. Imagine paying off a bill effortlessly. Picture yourself making a purchase you once thought impossible. Feel the pride, the ease, the joy. Build your emotional endurance. Over time, you will be able to sustain the feeling of vast wealth for longer periods, and with that sustained feeling, manifestation accelerates. This is not theory, it is law. What you feel, you create. What you dwell upon emotionally becomes your world. If you spend your days feeling lack, you reinforce lack. But if you commit to feeling wealthy, regardless of appearances, your reality must evolve to match that feeling. The key is consistency. You must feel the reality of wealth throughout your day. When doubts arise, when fears whisper, return to your inner sanctuary. Reconstruct the scene. Reignite the feeling. Anchor yourself in the emotional certainty that the money is already yours. Over time, this state becomes your default. And when it does, reality has no choice but to mirror it. Feeling is the secret doorway through which the invisible becomes visible. Your ability to feel wealthy now without evidence, without approval from the world, is the mark of mastery. Those who wait for circumstances to change before they feel abundant will wait endlessly. But those who feel abundant now, in defiance of circumstances, are the ones who collapse time and summon their desires quickly. If you desire large sums of money within days, you must no longer entertain the feeling of lack. You must reject poverty consciousness and saturate yourself in the rich, alive, undeniable feeling that you are already wealthy, not as a fantasy, but as your living truth. As you persist in this feeling, the world responds with precision, money flows, resources arrive, and the reality you once only imagined becomes the life you live. Time is not the rigid master you have been conditioned to believe it is. Time is not fixed, linear, or absolute. It is flexible, responsive, and entirely subject to the authority of your consciousness. The moment you grasp this, you liberate yourself from the false belief that manifestations must follow a slow, predictable timeline. You free yourself from the chains of delay. When you understand that time compresses or stretches according to the state you dwell in, you realize that the money you desire, large sums, unimaginable sums, can arrive in days, hours, or even moments, the very instant your inner assumption aligns with its reality. The world has taught you to believe in process, in waiting, in patience stretched over years of hard work. But those who awaken to the creative power within them know that time bends for the one who dares to believe boldly. The universe rearranges itself not by schedules, but by the intensity and certainty of your assumptions. What you assume to be true within yourself dictates the speed at which the outer world conforms. You are not bound by clocks or calendars. You are bound only by the beliefs you stubbornly hold about time. If you believe it takes years to accumulate wealth, then so it will. If you believe large sums of money can appear quickly, as if by magic, then so they will. Your dominant assumptions about time shape your experience of it. Most delay their manifestations not because life is slow to respond, but because they insist that creation requires time. They postpone their desires through belief in the illusion of process. But those who collapse time do so by collapsing doubt. The faster you assume, the faster you receive. Time does not exist independently of your consciousness. It is woven into the fabric of your beliefs. When you saturate yourself with the conviction that wealth is already yours, that the money has already arrived in the unseen, the outer world speeds up to catch up with your inner state. Events unfold rapidly, opportunities arise suddenly, and what seemed impossible materializes with breathtaking speed. You have already experienced this, though you may not have recognized it. There have been moments when your thoughts, your feelings, your assumptions aligned so perfectly that life delivered your desire almost instantly. A phone call, a chance encounter, unexpected funds, or an opportunity fell into your lap seemingly out of nowhere. But it was not random. It was the result of you momentarily suspending disbelief and occupying the state of certainty. The same principle applies to manifesting large sums of money in 2 days or less. You are not required to beg the universe or work tirelessly to force the outcome. You are required to assume with such clarity and confidence that the normal barriers of time dissolve. You step beyond cause and effect as the world knows it, and you enter the realm of instant creation. Time obeys the creator, not the other way around. You are the creator. You dictate how long your manifestation requires by the assumptions you hold. If you persist in believing that wealth takes years, then years it will take. But if you claim now, in this very moment, that large sums of money belong to you, and you feel the reality of that truth without hesitation, the timeline compresses. The money arrives with speed that defies logic. because logic itself bows to the power of your consciousness. To do this, you must release the need to understand how or when the money will come. You must abandon the false security of planning and calculation. Manifestation flows fastest when you let go of control and rest in the certainty that it is already done. The universe does not operate by human timelines. It operates by the state of being you maintain. If you dwell in lack, you extend time. If you dwell in doubt, you stretch the process. But if you dwell in the unwavering state of wealth, time shortens. Doors open, channels appear, people show up, and the impossible collapses into the now. You become a witness to how fluid reality truly is. Most people stretch their desires over years because they live in a constant state of mental separation from their goal. They say, one day I'll have wealth, or eventually I'll manifest the money. But those words betray their state of being. They declare their desire distant, and so it remains. But the one who brings their desire into the now, who claims, I already possess the money, it is mine here now, alters the flow of time itself. You must bring the feeling, the experience, the assumption of wealth into the present moment. You must feel as though the manifestation has already occurred, even as your senses suggest otherwise. Time responds to that inner authority. The future collapses into the now, and the money you seek rushes to meet you. Understand that the world is not static, it is plastic, moldable, fluid. It bends to your inner convictions, and time bends with it. There is no universal law that says wealth requires delay. That belief is man-made, perpetuated by those who misunderstand the mechanics of reality. But those who master manifestation know that time is irrelevant when the inner state is absolute. Large sums of money can arrive swiftly, effortlessly, as soon as you cease doubting and begin assuming. The key is to stop measuring your progress by the clock and to start measuring it by your inner certainty. The stronger your assumption, the faster the manifestation. When you dissolve the separation between your desire and your reality within, the external world has no choice but to reflect that unity. The greatest shifts in your life will not come through time, but through the mastery of your inner state. When you command your feelings, when you assume boldly, when you collapse doubt, you collapse time. Manifestations accelerate, money flows, and what you once believed required years can arrive in days, sometimes even less. You are not subject to time. Time is subject to you. There is an energy that flows from a person who walks in quiet confidence, an invisible force that shapes reality far more powerfully than frantic effort or desperate striving ever could. Money, like anything else in this world, responds not to neediness, but to certainty. It is not drawn toward those who chase it with anxiety or those who drown in frustration and impatience. It flows to the one who holds themselves with composure, to the one who moves, speaks, and thinks from the position of already being abundant. The universe recognizes confidence as a signal of alignment, and it delivers accordingly. The mistake many make is they approach money as though they are its servant, as though it holds dominion over them. They pursue it with fear in their hearts, allowing thoughts of lack, scarcity, and insecurity to fill their minds, and what happens? Money stays distant, elusive, just beyond reach. But the moment you shift your posture, the moment you stop pleading with life and start commanding your reality from the standpoint of quiet, unshakable assurance, the game changes. Money, opportunity, and resources begin to orbit around you, pulled by the gravitational field of your belief. Confidence does not mean arrogance. It does not require you to boast or display your wealth outwardly before it has appeared. True confidence is silent. It is the calm knowing within you that says, I am already provided for. The money is mine. Abundance belongs to me, whether I see it yet or not. It is the state where you no longer measure your worth by external circumstances, but by the unwavering belief in your power to create. The wealthy carry this state naturally. They expect prosperity, so it arrives. They assume access to resources, so they find doors open. It is not always because they were born into privilege, but because they embody a mindset that declares wealth is normal, accessible, and inevitable. You can adopt that same mindset regardless of where you begin. The outer world reflects the inner world, and the inner world is built by assumption, reinforced by confidence. If you desire large sums of money in your life, and if you desire them quickly, the first step is to abandon the energy of desperation. Desperation repels. It is rooted in lack, in the false belief that you are powerless, that you must chase money because it is scarce. But money does not respond to the chaser. It responds to the one who stands still, centered, grounded in the conviction that wealth is their rightful possession. You must train yourself to move through your day as though you are already financially secure. Imagine how you would carry yourself if your accounts were overflowing, if your needs were already met, if abundance surrounded you. How would you speak? How would you think? How would you approach opportunities? That version of you exists now within your imagination, and the moment you embody that version of yourself, reality begins to rearrange. There is no room for frantic energy in the process of rapid manifestation. When you act from panic or fear, you send signals of doubt into the universe. You affirm lack, and the universe reflects it back. But when you act from calm authority, when your movements, your thoughts, your intentions are grounded in the belief that you are already wealthy, the universe conspires to prove you right. Money is not reserved for those who obsess over it constantly, nor is it withheld from those who have struggled. It is drawn to those who have mastered the inner atmosphere of abundance. You cannot fake this state with empty affirmations while your heart trembles with fear. You must cultivate genuine belief, and that belief expresses itself as quiet confidence. Confidence is not loud. It does not need to shout. It is steady, consistent, and deeply rooted. It allows you to walk through circumstances that appear challenging without flinching, without collapsing into fear. When you embody this energy, life moves in your favor. People respond to you differently. Opportunities present themselves. Financial doors swing open. If you seek to manifest large sums of money in days, you must begin now to carry yourself as one who already possesses it. Do not check your bank balance with anxiety. Do not approach business deals or work with the energy of lack. Do not speak words of limitation over your life. Instead, move through every moment as though you have already arrived at the place you desire to be. And the universe responds to your dominant state of being, not your occasional wishes. If your dominant state is one of confidence, expectation, and gratitude for the unseen wealth you know is yours, manifestation accelerates, money flows. Sometimes in ways so unexpected and swift that it feels miraculous. But it is not a miracle. It is the natural consequence of alignment. Those who constantly worry about money, who overthink every financial decision, who drown themselves in fear-based thoughts, unknowingly push wealth away. But those who dwell in calm assurance, who know that wealth is already theirs, even before it arrives, become magnets for abundance. Their confidence signals to the universe that they are ready, and the universe delivers. You do not need to know every step, every strategy, every detail. Your primary responsibility is to hold the inner atmosphere of abundance so firmly that the outer world has no choice but to conform. The mind that is convinced, the spirit that is anchored in faith, shapes reality far more quickly than frantic, desperate action ever could. You can cultivate this state by reminding yourself daily of your creative power. By spending time imagining the reality you desire, by feeling the wealth as present, and by correcting any thought of lack that dares to rise. Over time, this practice becomes your default state. You move through the world not as one who is searching for money, but as one who expects money to find them. Confidence makes you magnetic. It makes opportunities flow. It makes people believe in you, trust you, invest in you. But more than that, it brings you into alignment with the deepest truth of creation, that your assumptions, your feelings, your state of being shape your world. The more confident you become in your ability to create wealth, the more wealth you create. The more secure you feel in your ownership of abundance, the faster abundance arrives. Confidence is the silent force behind rapid manifestation. It is the unspoken declaration that what you desire is already yours, and the world moves to fulfill that declaration. Ladies and gentlemen, every great transformation begins with a single thought, a single moment when you decide that life as it is no longer satisfies the vision you hold in your heart. There is a universal truth often overlooked in the chaos of daily life. The power to change your reality lies entirely within you. It is not found in circumstances, luck, or the opinions of others, but in the habits you cultivate and the beliefs you embody. Think of your life as a canvas. Each thought, each habit is a brushstroke contributing to the masterpiece you are creating. The question is, are you painting with intention, or are you letting the world choose the colors for you? To change your life is to take hold of the brush and create boldly with clarity and purpose. Today, I invite you to explore 5 transformative habits practices, so simple yet profound that they will reframe how you perceive and interact with the world. These habits are not about adding more tasks to an already crowded life. They are about realigning with the power that is already within you. Every monumental change in life begins with a shift, often subtle yet undeniably powerful. It's the kind of shift that whispers to you, there's more for you than this moment, and urges you to step into a reality greater than the one you've known. Today I will reveal 5 practices, habits so transformative they will alter the very foundation of how you think, feel, and live. But before we delve into them, let me ask you to open your heart and mind to the possibilities that await. What if the life you've always dreamed of wasn't far away? What if the only thing standing between you and your vision is a simple, intentional adjustment? These habits are not complex. They are not distant or out of reach. Yet they hold the power to take the ordinary and make it extraordinary, to transform what seems impossible into your lived experience. As we journey through these ideas, understand this: life is a reflection of the energy you bring to it. Change your energy, your habits, and your focus, and you will change your life. With these 5 habits, you will not merely survive, you will thrive, living each day as a deliberate creator of your reality. Let us begin. The first habit that holds the power to transform your life is mastering the art of assumption. What is assumption, you ask? It is the deliberate act of embodying a state of being, feeling, or belief as though your desired reality already exists. It is the ability to see the end result of your dream and live as though it is already true, even if the world around you shows no evidence of it. To assume is to claim ownership of your desires not as something distant, but as something that already belongs to you. It is not wishful thinking or blind optimism. It is a conscious and intentional shift in your inner state. You do not merely hope for success, love, or abundance. Instead, you adopt the mindset, feelings, and actions of someone who already has them. This is the art of assumption, aligning your internal world with the external reality you wish to create. Why is this habit so powerful? Because your thoughts, beliefs, and emotions are the blueprint from which your reality is constructed. When you assume something to be true, your mind works tirelessly to make it so. It filters your perception, influences your decisions, and attracts experiences that confirm your belief. Assumption becomes the foundation of your identity, and identity is the driver of your destiny. Practicing the art of assumption requires a radical shift in how you approach life. Most people wait for external circumstances to validate their desires. They think, I'll believe it when I see it. But assumption flips this logic on its head. It says, I will see it because I believe it. This habit teaches you to take control of your inner world, trusting that your external reality will follow suit. Start small. Imagine a goal you deeply desire: a promotion, a relationship, or a new skill. Instead of longing for it, begin to feel and act as though it is already yours. Visualize yourself in the role you aspire to, the relationship you crave, or the lifestyle you dream of. Speak, think, and carry yourself as though the fulfillment of this desire is an undeniable fact. The key is to persist in this assumption until it becomes second nature. As you practice this, something extraordinary happens. Your energy shifts. You radiate confidence, certainty, and joy, attracting opportunities and experiences that align with your belief. People will respond to you differently. Doors you never noticed before will open. What once seemed out of reach will suddenly appear, as though it was destined for you all along. But this habit is not without its challenges. Doubts will arise. The external world may contradict your assumption. In those moments, your task is to remain steadfast. The art of assumption is not about ignoring reality, but about choosing to focus on the reality you wish to create. Your persistence in holding the assumption, even in the face of opposition, is what solidifies it into your experience. This habit also requires imagination, for imagination is the workshop of assumption. Through imagination, you can rehearse your desired state, feeling its truth with such intensity that it begins to feel more real than your current circumstances. When imagination becomes your ally, you can reshape your life in ways that defy logic or reason. The art of assumption doesn't just change individual outcomes, it transforms you at your core. It instills a deep sense of empowerment, reminding you that you are not a victim of life's whims but a creator of reality. It cultivates self-discipline, focus, and faith, all of which are essential for achieving lasting success. When you master this art, you unlock a profound truth: life does not happen to you, it happens through you. By embodying the assumption of your desired reality, you align yourself with the flow of creation itself, turning your dreams into inevitable realities. Gratitude is one of the most transformative forces in the universe, and cultivating it as a daily habit can reshape every aspect of your life. Gratitude is not just about saying thank you for the obvious blessings. It is a profound state of being where you recognize and celebrate the abundance already present in your life. To live in gratitude is to consciously acknowledge the gifts of the present moment while holding space for even greater blessings to unfold. The power of gratitude lies in its ability to shift your focus. Many people spend their lives fixated on what they lack, allowing dissatisfaction and negativity to dominate their thoughts. Gratitude flips this script entirely. When you cultivate gratitude, you train your mind to focus on what is already good, abundant, and joyful in your life. This shift in perspective creates a ripple effect, attracting even more to be grateful for. Gratitude is more than an emotional response, it is a practice. It requires you to actively seek out and reflect on the positive aspects of your life, no matter how small. Imagine starting each day by listing 3 things you are grateful for. This simple act rewires your brain, fostering a mindset of abundance and possibility. Over time, gratitude becomes your default setting, coloring the way you perceive and interact with the world. When you embrace gratitude, you begin to see life as a gift rather than a struggle. Even challenges take on a new meaning. Instead of viewing obstacles as insurmountable, you start to see them as opportunities for growth and learning. Gratitude doesn't ignore life's difficulties, it transforms how you respond to them. It empowers you to find silver linings and maintain a sense of hope and purpose, no matter the circumstances. Gratitude also shifts your emotional state in profound ways. It is impossible to feel grateful and anxious or angry at the same time. Gratitude anchors you in the present moment, where peace and joy reside. As you practice gratitude, you may notice a growing sense of contentment and fulfillment. This emotional shift is not just a temporary boost, it becomes a steady undercurrent in your life, shaping how you experience each day. Practicing gratitude strengthens your relationships too. When you express genuine appreciation for the people in your life, you deepen your connections and foster mutual respect and affection. Gratitude has the power to heal wounds, mend misunderstandings, and build trust. A simple thank you or acknowledgement of someone's efforts can transform not only their day but also your bond with them. Gratitude also has tangible benefits for your physical well-being. Research shows that people who regularly practice gratitude experience lower stress levels, improved sleep, and enhanced overall health. By focusing on what you have instead of what you lack, your body responds with reduced tension and increased vitality. Gratitude literally heals from the inside out. One of the most life-changing aspects of gratitude is its ability to amplify your manifestations. When you express gratitude for what you already have, you align your energy with abundance. This alignment sends a powerful signal to the universe, affirming that you are ready to receive more. Gratitude becomes a magnet, drawing opportunities, relationships, and resources into your life in ways that feel almost magical. Gratitude also teaches you the art of being present. So often we rush through life chasing future goals or dwelling on past regrets. Gratitude anchors you in the now, reminding you that this moment is enough. When you learn to find joy in the present, you unlock a deeper sense of peace and fulfillment that no external achievement can provide. Gratitude transforms you at a soul level. It reminds you of the interconnectedness of all things and fosters a sense of humility and wonder. Gratitude opens your heart, allowing you to receive life's blessings fully and give generously in return. As this habit takes root, you may find that gratitude becomes less about individual moments and more about a way of being, a lens through which you see and experience the world. One of the most life-changing habits you can cultivate is the mastery of your inner conversations. These silent dialogues you have with yourself throughout the day shape your reality in profound ways. They are not just fleeting thoughts, they are the foundation upon which your beliefs, actions, and experiences are built. To control your inner conversations is to take control of your destiny, for your internal world is the blueprint of your external life. Your inner conversations are always happening, whether you are aware of them or not. They narrate your experiences, judge your actions, and predict your future. Left unchecked, these dialogues often default to negativity, doubt, or fear. You might catch yourself thinking, "I'll never be good enough," or "things never work out for me." These thoughts may seem insignificant, but they are seeds planted in the fertile soil of your subconscious mind, and they will inevitably grow into your lived reality. To master this habit, you must first become aware of these internal dialogues. Pay attention to the words and phrases you repeat to yourself. Are they empowering or are they limiting? Awareness is the first step to transformation. Once you recognize the patterns of your inner conversations, you can begin to deliberately redirect them. Instead of allowing your mind to dwell on what could go wrong, train it to focus on what could go right. The art of controlling your inner conversations is rooted in the principle of assumption. When you consciously choose the tone and content of your inner dialogue, you are assuming a new identity, one that aligns with your highest aspirations. For example, if you desire success, speak to yourself as though you are already successful. Replace "I can't do this" with "I am capable and worthy of success." Assume the feelings and thoughts of the person you wish to become, and your reality will begin to reflect this new state of being. The practice of controlling your inner conversations also requires persistence. It's easy to revert to old patterns, especially when faced with challenges or setbacks. In these moments, your inner dialogue might try to convince you that your fears were justified. But this is where your true power lies, the ability to choose a new story even in the face of doubt. Speak words of faith and confidence even if they feel unfamiliar at first. Over time, these new patterns will become second nature. As you cultivate this habit, you will notice a profound shift in your energy. Your inner conversations influence your emotions, and emotions are the fuel that drives your actions. Positive and empowering inner dialogue generates feelings of joy, confidence, and peace, which in turn inspire you to take bold and aligned actions. Negative self-talk, on the other hand, breeds hesitation and fear, keeping you stuck in cycles of limitation. This habit also transforms your relationships. The way you speak to yourself often mirrors how you interact with others. If your inner conversations are harsh and critical, you may find that you are more judgmental or defensive in your relationships. Conversely, when you cultivate kindness and encouragement within, you naturally extend the same grace to those around you. People will be drawn to your energy, and your connections will deepen as a result. Controlling your inner conversations enhances your creativity and problem-solving abilities. When your mind is free from the noise of self-doubt and negativity, it becomes a fertile ground for inspiration and innovation. You will find yourself approaching challenges with a sense of curiosity and possibility, seeing solutions where others see obstacles. This shift in perspective can open doors to opportunities you never imagined. One of the most remarkable effects of mastering this habit is the sense of empowerment it brings. You realize that you are not at the mercy of circumstances or the opinions of others. Your inner conversations are your domain, and no external force can dictate them unless you allow it. This realization awakens a deep sense of freedom and responsibility as you come to understand that you are the author of your own story. Controlling your inner conversations connects you to the limitless potential within you. It reminds you that your thoughts are not random occurrences but deliberate tools for creation. Each time you choose a positive, empowering dialogue, you are aligning yourself with the reality of abundance, success, and joy. By mastering this habit, you step into your role as the deliberate creator of your life, transforming not only your inner world but the world around you. One of the most transformative habits you can adopt is acting with the energy of already having what you desire. This practice is a profound application of the art of assumption, requiring you to live, think, and act as though your dreams are already a reality. It is not pretense or make-believe, but a deliberate alignment of your inner state with the life you are creating. When you act with this energy, you shift your focus from longing and lack to confidence and abundance, setting the stage for extraordinary change. At its core, this habit requires a shift in identity. Most people live in a state of wanting, constantly projecting their desires into a distant future. But when you act as if your goals are already achieved, you step into the identity of the person you aspire to be. You begin to embody their thoughts, actions, and emotions in the present moment. This is the essence of the art of assumption, assuming the feeling of your wish fulfilled and letting that assumption guide your every move. Acting with the energy of already having it transforms the way you approach life. Instead of waiting for external circumstances to validate your dreams, you take proactive steps from a place of faith and certainty. For example, if you desire financial abundance, you begin to think and act as a person who is already prosperous. This doesn't mean reckless spending, it means making decisions from a mindset of confidence, trust, and responsibility rather than fear or scarcity. One of the most profound aspects of this habit is the emotional shift it creates. When you act as though your desires are already fulfilled, you cultivate feelings of joy, gratitude, and confidence in the present moment. These emotions are powerful attractors, drawing opportunities, relationships, and resources that align with your state of being. You no longer feel the frustration of waiting for your dreams because you are already living in their energy. This habit also has a transformative impact on your actions. Acting with the energy of already having it inspires you to take bold and aligned steps toward your goals. You begin to move with clarity and purpose, trusting that your efforts will bear fruit. Doubts and hesitations fall away because your actions are no longer driven by fear of failure, but by the assurance of success. This shift in motivation accelerates your progress and opens doors that once seemed closed. Another key benefit of this practice is how it alters your perception of challenges. When you act with the energy of already having it, obstacles are no longer seen as barriers but as stepping stones. You approach difficulties with the mindset of someone who has already succeeded, finding creative solutions and maintaining resilience in the face of adversity. This perspective not only helps you overcome challenges but also strengthens your belief in your ability to achieve your goals. Acting with the energy of already having it also transforms the way others perceive and interact with you. People are drawn to confidence and certainty. And when you embody the energy of your fulfilled desires, you naturally attract support, opportunities, and connections. Whether it's in your career, relationships, or personal pursuits, this habit helps you exude an aura of magnetism and trustworthiness. This practice cultivates a deep sense of alignment between your inner and outer worlds. By embodying the energy of your desires, you close the gap between where you are and where you want to be. Your thoughts, emotions, and actions become congruent with your vision, creating a powerful synergy that propels you forward. This alignment not only accelerates your manifestations but also brings a sense of peace and fulfillment in the present. One of the most remarkable aspects of acting with the energy of already having it is its ability to dissolve limiting beliefs. As you consistently embody the state of your desired reality, the doubts and fears that once held you back begin to fade. You realize that many of the limitations you once believed in were self-imposed, and this realization empowers you to break free from old patterns and expand into new possibilities. This habit connects you to the truth of your creative power. When you act as if your dreams are already realized, you step into the role of a deliberate creator, taking responsibility for your life and its outcomes. You are no longer a passive observer but an active participant in shaping your reality. This awareness fosters a profound sense of empowerment and joy, reminding you that everything you seek is already within your reach. One of the most life-changing habits you can cultivate is learning to embrace the power of rest and visualization. In a world that glorifies hustle and constant activity, rest is often misunderstood as idleness. However, rest is not merely the absence of action, it is a state of receptivity and renewal. When combined with focused visualization, rest becomes a transformative practice that aligns your mind and energy with your desires. It is in moments of calm that the seeds of creation take root and grow. Visualization is the cornerstone of this habit. It is the art of creating vivid mental images of your desired outcomes, accompanied by the feelings and emotions of already having them. In essence, visualization is an application of the art of assumption. By vividly imagining yourself living your dreams, you assume the identity and energy of the person you aspire to become. Rest amplifies this process, providing a fertile mental space for these images to imprint themselves deeply in your subconscious mind. Rest and visualization work together because the mind is most receptive to new ideas when it is calm and undistracted. In states of rest, whether through meditation, a quiet moment before sleep, or simply pausing during a hectic day, your mind is free from the noise of daily worries. In this quiet state, visualization becomes a powerful tool for reprogramming your beliefs and aligning your thoughts with your desired reality. The beauty of this habit lies in its simplicity. You don't need elaborate rituals or extended periods of time to practice it. Even a few minutes of focused rest and visualization can yield profound results. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and picture your ideal life as though it is happening now. Imagine every detail, the sights, sounds, emotions, and sensations. The more vivid and real your visualization, the more powerfully it resonates with your subconscious mind. This practice also shifts your emotional state in profound ways. Visualization allows you to experience the joy, gratitude, and fulfillment of your desires in the present moment. These elevated emotions are not only deeply satisfying but also act as a magnet, attracting circumstances and opportunities that align with your vision. Resting in these emotions creates a sense of inner peace and assurance, dissolving feelings of stress and scarcity. Incorporating rest and visualization as a daily habit transforms how you approach challenges. When faced with obstacles, many people instinctively push harder, often exhausting themselves in the process. By pausing to rest and visualize, you gain clarity and reconnect with your vision. This practice helps you approach problems with creativity and calmness, finding solutions that might elude you in a state of stress or overwork. Rest and visualization also help you maintain alignment with your goals. In the rush of daily life, it's easy to lose sight of your dreams or become entangled in distractions. Taking time to rest and visualize acts as a reset, realigning your focus and energy with what truly matters. This habit keeps you grounded in your intentions, allowing you to move through life with purpose and confidence. This practice has a profound effect on your physical and mental well-being. Rest allows your body to recharge, while visualization calms your nervous system and reduces stress. Over time, this habit fosters a sense of balance and resilience, enabling you to navigate life's ups and downs with greater ease. You become less reactive and more centered, cultivating a state of inner harmony that radiates outward. Another powerful aspect of this habit is its ability to dissolve limiting beliefs. Visualization helps you see yourself achieving things you once thought were impossible, gradually shifting your perception of what is attainable. Rest provides the space for these new beliefs to take root and flourish. As your confidence grows, you begin to act in ways that align with your higher potential, creating a self-reinforcing cycle of growth and achievement. Embracing the power of rest and visualization connects you to the deeper truth of who you are. In moments of stillness, you can hear the whispers of your intuition and reconnect with your inner wisdom. Visualization amplifies this connection, allowing you to see and feel the life you are destined to create. Together, rest and visualization awaken your innate power, reminding you that you are not just a participant in life's flow, but its deliberate creator. As you embrace these transformative habits, mastering the art of assumption, cultivating gratitude in the present moment, controlling your inner conversations, acting with the energy of already having what you desire, and harnessing the power of rest and visualization, you will find your life beginning to shift in extraordinary ways. These practices are not just theoretical concepts, they are practical tools that align your thoughts, emotions, and actions with the life you are destined to create. Change does not happen overnight, but with persistence and faith, these habits will become second nature. As you integrate them into your daily life, you will notice a profound transformation in how you think, feel, and act. The external world will begin to mirror the inner changes you have cultivated, and the dreams you once thought were out of reach will become your reality. These habits hold the key to unlocking your potential and stepping into your role as the deliberate creator of your life. They empower you to move beyond fear and doubt, teaching you to live from a place of abundance, gratitude, and unwavering confidence. They are a blueprint for success, happiness, and fulfillment, no matter where you are on your journey. So, I urge you, commit to these habits. Make them a part of who you are, not just something you do. Start small, but stay consistent. Trust the process, even when you cannot yet see the results. Why? Our life will change in ways that exceed your expectations, not because of luck or chance, but because you dare to take responsibility for your inner world. The power to change your life lies within you. By adopting these habits, you are choosing to live intentionally, to align with your highest self, and to create a reality that reflects your deepest desires. Follow these principles with faith and determination, and you will find yourself living a life of purpose, joy, and limitless possibility. Do you ever feel like life is holding out on you? Like no matter how hard you try, the success, happiness, or financial freedom you dream of always seems just out of reach? What if I told you that it's not life that's holding out at you? You see, abundance isn't something you have to fight for or beg for. It's already yours. But somewhere along the way, we've all learned habits, beliefs, and patterns that block the very blessings we seek. The good news, you have the power to remove those blocks and unlock a life filled with limitless possibilities. Imagine a world where opportunities flow to you effortlessly, where your desires manifest with ease, and where you wake up every day feeling deeply fulfilled. This is not a fantasy, it's the reality waiting for you, once you align with the abundance that's already available. In this video, we're going to dive into the mindset shifts and practical steps you can take to break free from scarcity thinking and open the door to a life of plenty. By the end, you'll not only understand what's been holding you back, but also how to let it go for good. Get ready to transform your relationship with abundance and step into the powerful, limitless being you were always meant to be. Stay with me, your breakthrough is closer than you think. Abundance isn't something you need to go out and chase, it's something you must embody. It's a feeling, a vibration, an energy that flows from within. You are not merely a passive recipient of life's circumstances, You are the creator of your reality. The world is a mirror that reflects back to you what you believe you deserve. And if you can learn to see yourself as abundant, then the world will mirror that back to you not too often. We think that abundance is tied to external circumstances, more money, a bigger house, a better job. We place our happiness and fulfillment in the future, hoping that when we achieve these external goals, we will feel abundant. But true abundance is not about having more, it's about being more. It's about recognizing that the very essence of abundance exists within you right now. The first step to attracting more into your life is realizing that you already have everything you need at this very moment. Think about the people you admire, those who seem to live with such joy, peace, and contentment. These individuals have mastered the art of living in the present moment, of being grateful for what they have, while also remaining open to receiving more. They aren't waiting for something outside of themselves to make them happy. They've chosen to be happy now. And in doing so, they magnetize more opportunities, love, and abundance. When you embrace the state of being abundant, you stop looking outside of yourself for fulfillment. You begin to see that abundance is not a distant destination, but a daily choice. By shifting your mindset to one of gratitude and positivity, you allow your life to flow with ease. Imagine waking up each morning feeling thankful for all the blessings you already have: your health, your relationships, the opportunities in front of you. As you practice gratitude, you invite more abundance to enter your life. Abundance is a mindset. It is a way of being that allows you to approach every moment with a sense of richness. You have to believe that there is more than enough love, enough resources, enough opportunities to go around. When you embrace this mindset, you stop feeling like you're lacking or missing out. And instead, you start to see the endless potential in every situation. Your focus shifts from scarcity to possibility, and you begin to see doors opening where there were once walls. When you hold the vibration of abundance within, you elevate your frequency to match the energy of what you want to attract. You stop waiting for things to change and realize that the key to transformation lies within your own state of being. Your thoughts, actions, and emotions align with your new reality, and you will naturally start to see the results of this shift. This state of abundance is not something you attain by trying harder, it's something you embody by letting go. Let go of fear, let go of doubt. Let go of the belief that the world is limited. Step into the flow of life with trust and surrender, and watch how the universe begins to deliver on your desires. You don't need to control every detail, you just need to be open, receptive, and in alignment with the abundant energy that is all around you. You are not just a receiver of abundance, you are a creator of it. By choosing to embody abundance, you align yourself with the infinite possibilities available to you. Every moment is an opportunity to practice living as though you already have everything you need. The more you embrace this mindset, the more you will see the universe conspiring in your favor. Abundance is your natural state. Step into it and watch it flow to you in ways you could never have imagined. Your mind is the canvas upon which the masterpiece of your life is painted. Every thought, belief, and intention you hold has the power to shape your reality. The idea that you have the ability to create your life from the inside out is both empowering and transformative. But the truth is that many of us don't fully understand the power of minds, and we allow negative thoughts to control the direction of our lives. When you recognize that your mind is the ultimate creator, you gain access to the most powerful tool at your disposal, the ability to shape your future. The beliefs you hold about yourself and the world are the foundation of your experience. If you believe that wealth and success are reserved for others, or that happiness is fleeting, then that will become your reality. Your subconscious mind works tirelessly to validate your beliefs. It seeks out evidence that supports your worldview, often without you even realizing it. This is why changing your beliefs is one of the most powerful ways to change your life. Your thoughts are like seeds that are planted in the fertile soil of your subconscious. If you plant seeds of doubt, fear, and limitation, you will cultivate a garden of scarcity and struggle. But if you plant seeds of abundance, success, and possibility, you will see a life bloom that is rich with opportunity and joy. It all begins with the thoughts you choose to entertain. The The moment you begin to question your old, limiting beliefs, you create the space for new, empowering beliefs to take root. This is where the magic happens. By consciously choosing to believe in your worth, your potential, and your right to experience abundance, you are programming your mind to work for you, not against you. The more you repeat positive affirmations and visualize your desired outcomes, the more your subconscious mind aligns with your goals, and the more you will see evidence of abundance showing up in your life. This doesn't mean you'll never face challenges or setbacks, but when your mind is aligned with abundance, you'll approach those challenges with confidence and resilience, knowing that they are just temporary obstacles on the path to greater success. You'll stop seeing setbacks as failures and start viewing them as opportunities for growth. Your mindset shifts from one of limitation to one of limitless possibility. What you think about, you bring about. When you focus on the lack or the obstacles in front of you, you invite more of that into your experience. But when you focus on your goals, your dreams, and the opportunities around you, you align yourself with the flow of abundance. The more you feed your mind with empowering, positive thoughts, the more you'll begin to see the world reflect those thoughts back to you. Remember, the universe doesn't judge your desires, it simply responds to the vibration you send out. If you believe that you are worthy of abundance, that you are deserving of love, and that success is inevitable for you, the universe will mirror that belief in your life. Your thoughts become your reality, so choose them wisely. Start today by consciously shifting your thoughts toward abundance and watch how your life begins to shift in miraculous ways. The power to create the life you desire is already within you. Your mind is the key, and by consciously choosing your thoughts, beliefs, and actions, you unlock the door to a future filled with abundance. The more you cultivate a positive mindset and align your thoughts with your desires, the more your reality will reflect that. You are the creator of your world. What will you create today? We live in a world that often operates on the belief that resources are limited. From a young age, we're conditioned to believe in scarcity, that there's only so much to go around, and if someone else gets something, it means there's less for us. This belief in scarcity creates fear, competition, and struggle, and it makes us think that we have to fight for what we want. But what if I told you that scarcity is an illusion, a false belief created by the mind to keep us in a state of fear and lack? In reality, the universe is abundant. There is more than enough for everyone. The flow of wealth, love, success, and opportunity is limitless. Just look around you. Nature doesn't hoard its resources. Trees grow endlessly, oceans never run dry, and the sun shines with infinite energy. The universe operates in abundance, and it always has. The idea of scarcity is a human construct, a belief that has been passed down to keep us trapped in fear and limitation. When you begin to challenge the belief in scarcity, you open yourself to the truth that there is always more than enough. Abundance flows to those who are open and willing to receive it. The universe does not operate on a limited supply. It operates on a limitless flow of energy. And the more you embrace this truth, the more you align yourself with the abundant nature of the universe. Scarcity thinking leads to fear-based decisions, such as holding on to what you have tightly or refusing to take risks. But when you understand that there is always enough, you begin to approach life with a sense of freedom. You become willing to take chances, to open your heart to new opportunities, and to trust that the universe will provide. Abundance is a flow, and when you stop resisting it, it can pour into your life in ways you could never have predicted. The key to overcoming scarcity thinking is to let go of fear. Fear tells us that we don't have enough, and that we need to protect ourselves from loss. But in truth, fear only blocks the flow of abundance. When you release fear and replace it with trust and faith, you make room for more blessings to enter your life. Trust that the universe has an infinite supply of all that you need, and that you are always supported. When you begin to embrace abundance, you stop seeing others' success as a threat to your own. You realize that someone else's wealth does not take away from your own potential for success. The universe is abundant, and there's enough for everyone. As you shift your mindset from scarcity to abundance, you'll find that opportunities start to multiply. Instead of competing for resources, you'll begin to collaborate, share, and support others, knowing that there is always more to go around. Scarcity is not a reality, it is a mindset. It is a belief that can be dismantled and replaced with a new, empowering belief in abundance. When you stop believing in scarcity, you stop limiting yourself and start embracing the endless opportunities that life has to offer. The universe will always meet you at your level of belief, and if you believe in abundance, you will see abundance everywhere. Let go of the illusion of scarcity and open your eyes to the infinite possibilities that are already available to you. The universe is not holding out on you, it's waiting for you to realize that there is more than enough to go around. The moment you shift your mindset to one of abundance, you will begin to experience life in a whole new way. Abundance is your natural state, it's time to step into it. Your beliefs are the lenses through which you view the world. They determine not only how you see yourself, but how you experience reality itself. If you believe that you're not worthy of success, that abundance is for other people, or that life is a struggle, that belief becomes your truth. It doesn't matter if those beliefs are based on facts or fears, they shape your reality. Your subconscious mind operates like a filter, constantly scanning for evidence to prove your beliefs right. And here's the catch, it always finds it. For many of us, beliefs about scarcity, lack, and unworthiness were formed early on, often as a result of experiences or messages we received from our family, society, or the media. These beliefs are deeply ingrained in us, influencing our thoughts, actions, and reactions without us even realizing it. The problem is that most of these beliefs are limiting. They keep us stuck in patterns of self-doubt, fear, and frustration, preventing us from reaching our full potential. But the beautiful thing is, you have the power to change them. To shift your life, you must first shift your beliefs. When you believe that abundance is your natural state, when you believe that you are deserving of success and happiness, you start to change the very fabric of your experience. Your new beliefs will help you take inspired actions, make bolder decisions, and approach challenges with confidence. Believing in your own worthiness is the first step toward creating the life you desire. Changing your beliefs might not always be easy, especially if they've been reinforced over a long period of time. But remember, your mind is incredibly powerful, and with consistent effort, new, empowering beliefs can take root. Start by questioning the beliefs that no longer serve you. Ask yourself, is this belief helping me or hindering me? Is it true? Is it something I choose to believe? Once you begin to identify your limiting beliefs, you can consciously replace them with beliefs that support your growth. One powerful technique is to repeat affirmations that align with your desires. If you want more abundance in your life, affirm, I am worthy of unlimited wealth and prosperity. Abundance flows effortlessly to me. The more you repeat these affirmations with belief and emotion, the more your subconscious mind will begin to accept them as your new truth. As your beliefs shift, so too will your actions, and you'll start to notice that opportunities, connections, and blessings begin to manifest in your life. Beliefs also influence how we show up in the world. If you believe that you are worthy of success, you will naturally begin to take actions that reflect that belief. You will make bold moves, take risks, and step out of your comfort zone. On the other hand, if you believe that you don't deserve abundance, you may hesitate, self-sabotage, or make decisions based on fear. By changing your beliefs, you align your thoughts, emotions, and actions with your highest potential. The truth is, you are the creator of your beliefs. You have the power to rewrite the story you've been telling yourself. By adopting new, empowering beliefs, you open the door to endless possibilities. Remember, what you believe, you receive. So choose beliefs that empower you, support you, and align with the abundant life you're meant to live. Once you align your beliefs with abundance, you will start to see the universe respond in kind. It's as though your belief in your own potential activates the flow of abundance, creating opportunities and circumstances that align with your new mindset. The key to transforming your life is not found in striving or effort, it's found in changing what you believe about yourself and the world. Resistance is one of the most common ways we block abundance from flowing into our lives. Resistance comes in many forms: fear of the unknown, doubt in our ability, attachment to outcomes, or the desire to control every detail. This resistance creates a barrier between us and the blessings we desire. When we resist the natural flow of life, we're essentially saying, I don't trust that what's meant for me will come. Consider how often you find yourself holding on tightly to what you have or worrying about what might happen in the future. We become so focused on what we don't want to happen that we inadvertently block what we do want. When we resist change or growth, we limit the flow of abundance that could be coming our way. Life is constantly changing, and trying to hold on to the past, control outcomes, or cling to safety can prevent us from receiving the opportunities and experiences that are aligned with our highest good. Let go of the belief that you need to control everything. The universe has an infinite way of bringing what's best for you, but it often doesn't unfold the way you expect. When you hold on to rigid expectations or timelines, you create resistance to the flow of abundance. Trust that the universe knows exactly how to bring your desires into reality, sometimes even in ways better than you could have imagined. When you stop resisting and allow life to unfold, you create the space for miracles. A key aspect of releasing resistance is learning to trust. Trust that life is always working in your favor, even when things don't appear as you want them to. Trust that the opportunities, resources, and connections you need are already on their way to you. When you trust the process, you can let go of the fear, doubt, and need for control. And that's when abundance begins to flow freely. Another form of resistance is the fear of failure or the fear of success. Many people fear failure so much that they never take action at all, or they procrastinate, waiting for the perfect moment that never comes. On the other hand, some people fear success because they worry about the responsibility that comes with it, or fear that they won't be able to sustain it. Both of these fears block the flow of abundance because they prevent you from fully embracing your potential. The solution is to surrender. Let go of the need to force outcomes or control the details. Instead, trust that the universe is working in your favor and that all is unfolding as it should. When you release the need to control, you step into the flow of abundance. You stop fighting against the current and allow the river of blessings to carry you forward. Resisting the flow of abundance is a way of rejecting what's meant for you. The universe is constantly trying to give you everything you desire. But when you resist, you block that energy. Once you release your grip on fear, doubt, and control, you'll find that things begin to flow more effortlessly. Opportunity, success, and prosperity will start to find their way to you, and life will begin to feel like an exciting adventure full of possibilities and blessings. The key is to surrender to life, trust the process, and release any resistance. When you do, you will find that abundance doesn't have to be chased. It simply flows to you. The universe is always abundant, but the more you let go of resistance, the more it can deliver. Gratitude is one of the most powerful forces in the universe. It has the ability to transform your mindset, raise your vibration, and magnetize abundance into your life. When you focus on what you have rather than what you lack, you shift your energy from a state of scarcity to a state of abundance. The simple act of being grateful opens the door to receiving more of what you desire. Gratitude is more than just saying thank you for the good things in your life. It's a deep feeling of appreciation that resonates from your heart. When you express true gratitude, you align your energy with the flow of abundance, signaling to the universe that you are ready and willing to receive more. Gratitude creates a ripple effect of positivity, attracting more blessings, opportunities, and experiences that align with your highest good. One powerful practice is to start and end your day by listing things you're grateful for. This simple act trains your mind to focus on the positive aspects of your life, no matter how small they may seem. Whether it's the warmth of the sun, the love of a friend, or the food on your table, when you focus on gratitude, you shift your vibration to match that of abundance. Gratitude also amplifies your connection to the present moment. When you're grateful for what you have right now, you stop worrying about what you don't have or what's missing. You fully embrace the present moment and realize that there is always something to be thankful for. This practice helps you release the need for external validation and instead find peace in the present, knowing that everything you need is already within reach. The more you focus on gratitude, the more you will begin to see the abundance that surrounds you. The universe responds to the energy you send out. When you send out the energy of appreciation, the universe reflects that back to you in the form of even more blessings. Gratitude is magnetic. It attracts the very things you desire into your life with ease. Gratitude also opens your heart. When you're grateful, you naturally become more open and receptive to the goodness in your life. This openness allows abundance to flow freely to you without resistance or fear. You stop seeing the world as something you have to fight against and start seeing it as a place of limitless possibility. Practice gratitude daily and watch how your life begins to shift. As you acknowledge the blessings in your life, you open the floodgates for more to pour in. The more you appreciate, the more you receive. Gratitude is a powerful magnet for abundance, and when you harness its power, you'll find that your life becomes a reflection of everything you're grateful for. Gratitude isn't just about what you have, it's about embracing the abundant energy of life itself. When you focus on what's good, what's working, and what's flowing, you align with the universe's natural state of abundance. Make gratitude a way of life, and watch how the universe begins to shower you with more than you could have ever imagined. Alignment is the key to unlocking the full potential of your life. It's not about effort, striving, or pushing harder. Alignment is about being in harmony with the universe and your true self. When you're in alignment, everything flows effortlessly. Opportunities appear without you having to chase them. Relationships thrive naturally, and abundance flows freely to you. The essence of alignment lies in bringing your thoughts, feelings, actions, and energy into a unified state where you are in perfect harmony with your desires. Alignment starts with knowing who you truly are at your core. It's about being authentic and living in a way that feels true to your highest self. When you operate from a place of authenticity, you stop pretending to be someone you're not, and instead you step into your true power. Your energy becomes magnetic because it radiates from a place of self-assurance and clarity. People are drawn to this authenticity. Opportunities align with your energy, and abundance starts to flow with ease. But how do you achieve alignment? It begins with conscious awareness. Start by tuning into your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions. Are they in alignment with the person you wish to become? Are your daily actions supporting your desires? If you say you want abundance, are your thoughts and actions in alignment with abundance? This requires honesty with yourself. If you want wealth, for example, you must begin thinking and acting like someone who already has it. You can't expect to attract abundance if you're operating from a place of lack, fear, or doubt. When you live out of alignment, you create friction. You might have moments of success, but they often feel fleeting or hard-won. It's like swimming against the current. But when you're in alignment with your desires, life becomes effortless. Things begin to unfold without the resistance, and you start to see synchronicities, moments of flow, and unexpected opportunities. Alignment means you're moving with the current of life, not against it. When you are too attached to a specific outcome, you limit the possibilities available to you. The universe has a far greater capacity for creation than your mind can comprehend. What you may think is your ideal outcome may be limiting in ways that you cannot yet see. By holding on tightly to your vision, you may be missing out on something even greater, something that the universe is trying to bring into your life. Let go of the attachment to how and when things will happen. Trust that the universe has a greater plan in store for you, one that may be far beyond what you can imagine. This doesn't mean you shouldn't have goals or desires. It simply means that you should allow space for those desires to unfold in the way that is best for you. When you release your tight grip on the how, you open yourself to divine synchronicity and unexpected blessings. Instead of trying to force things to fit your plan, trust that the universe will bring you what you need in the perfect timing and the perfect way. The key to releasing attachment is to practice detachment in a way that doesn't diminish your desires but allows for flexibility and openness. Detachment is not about indifference, it's about knowing that everything you desire is already on its way, even if it looks different from what you expected. Sometimes the universe takes us on a detour to bring us something far more fulfilling than we could have planned ourselves. When you let go of attachment, you release the energy of desperation and neediness. Instead of constantly looking for signs or wondering when your abundance will arrive, you shift your energy to one of trust, ease, and confidence. You begin to enjoy the process of growth and manifestation without worrying about the end result. B. By practicing detachment, you also reduce the emotional burden of setbacks and disappointments. When things don't go according to plan, instead of feeling frustrated or discouraged, you understand that this is simply part of the journey. It's a redirection, not a rejection. The universe is guiding you, and your path is unfolding exactly as it should. Letting go of attachment to outcomes frees you to experience life fully. You become more present, more connected to the moment, and more able to see and appreciate the abundance that's already around you. Your energy shifts from scarcity and lack to abundance and possibility. And as your energy shifts, so too does the universe's response. When you release your attachment to a specific outcome, you also learn to trust that what is meant for you will come. You stop forcing, controlling, or manipulating situations and allow life to unfold naturally. This sense of trust and surrender is incredibly powerful. And it is in this state of surrender that true abundance can flow freely into your life. As we come to the end of this journey, I want you to take a moment to reflect on what you've learned. The truth is, abundance is not something you need to chase, struggle for, or force into your life. Abundance is your natural state. It is who you are at your core, and it is constantly available to you. However, the key to experiencing abundance is learning how to stop blocking it. Every thought, belief, and action that is rooted in fear, scarcity, or resistance creates a barrier between you and the abundance you deserve. By shifting your mindset, letting go of limiting beliefs, releasing resistance, and aligning yourself with your desires, you open the door to infinite possibilities. The universe is always supporting you, but it requires you to stop blocking its flow. You have the power to create the life you want, and it starts by changing the way you think and feel about abundance. Your beliefs shape your reality. If you believe you are deserving of abundance, if you trust the timing of your life, and if you take inspired action, you will begin to see the manifestation of your desires. The universe responds to your energy. It responds to your openness, your gratitude, your willingness to trust, and your ability to align with the flow of life. Let go of the fear and doubts that have been holding you back. Stop blocking your abundance with thoughts of lack and limitation. Know that there is more than enough for you. You are worthy of all the good things life has to offer, and it is time to step into the fullness of your potential. By letting go of attachment to outcomes, trusting in divine timing, and aligning your energy with abundance, you make space for miracles to unfold. The universe is waiting to meet you at your level of belief. The moment you truly believe in your abundance, it will flow to you effortlessly. Take this moment to breathe, release the struggle, and trust that everything you desire is already on its way to you. Your abundance is inevitable. It's not something you have to earn, it's something you simply need to allow. The universe is abundant and you are part of that flow. Step into it and watch as the world around you transforms. Your journey to abundance starts now. Trust yourself. Trust the process. And above all, trust that you are worthy of all the abundance the universe has to offer. Being in alignment doesn't mean that everything will always be perfect or easy, but it does mean that when challenges arise, you will face them with grace and confidence. Alignment is a deep sense of trust in the process of life. You understand that the universe is always working in your favor, and that every situation, no matter how it appears, is part of your journey towards greater abundance. It's an inner knowing that things are unfolding exactly as they should. One of the most powerful ways to align with your desires is through visualization and meditation. Take time each day to imagine your life as you want it to be, and allow yourself to feel the emotions associated with that reality. Picture yourself living in abundance, surrounded by all the things you desire, and let yourself feel the joy, gratitude, and excitement that comes with it. The more vividly you can imagine it, the more your energy aligns with that reality, making it more likely to manifest. You are a magnet for whatever you align yourself with. If you align with abundance, love, and success, that is exactly what will be reflected back to you. The universe does not work on a system of scarcity, it is constantly bringing what you are in alignment with. The more you consciously align with your desires, the more they will flow toward you. So ask yourself, are your thoughts, actions, and energy in alignment with the life you want to live? If not, realign and watch the magic unfold. Alignment isn't something you achieve through force, it's something you cultivate by being in tune with your authentic self. When you're aligned with your true desires and higher purpose, abundance will flow naturally. The universe will support your efforts, and the path will be clear. It's time to align with the abundance that is already available to you. Manifesting abundance isn't just about thinking positively and waiting for things to fall into your lap. It requires inspired action. This is the bridge between desire and manifestation. Inspired action is the type of action that comes from a place of intuition, alignment, and excitement. It's not about pushing or forcing yourself to do something that feels heavy or uninspired. It's about following the internal nudges that guide you toward your desires. Taking inspired action requires a willingness to trust your inner guidance. It means acting on the ideas, impulses, and opportunities that arise naturally without second guessing or overthinking. When you're in alignment with your desires and the flow of abundance, you'll begin to notice subtle nudges or inner prompts urging you to take a step in a particular direction. These nudges may come in the form of a new idea, a chance encounter, or a sudden urge to take a particular action. These are your signs from the universe that you are on the right path, and it's time to take action. The difference between inspired action and forced action lies in your emotional state. Forced action comes from a place of fear, desperation, or obligation. It feels heavy, stressful, and exhausting. Inspired action, on the other hand, feels light, exciting, and energizing. It's an action that resonates with your soul and moves you closer to your goals in a way that feels natural and effortless. When you're inspired to act, there's no resistance. You move forward with clarity and confidence, knowing that each step is bringing you closer to your goal. Inspired action doesn't always have to be big or dramatic. Sometimes the smallest action, sending an email, making a phone call, or applying for a new opportunity, can have the greatest impact. The key is that these actions feel aligned with your vision, bring you closer to your desired reality. These small steps compound over time and lead to massive results. The universe responds to your actions by bringing more opportunities, people, and circumstances that align with your intentions. One important aspect of inspired action is letting go of the need for instant results. When you take action from a place of alignment, you trust that the universe is working behind the scenes, even if you don't see immediate results. Sometimes the seeds you plant today will only begin to bear fruit in the future. Trust that every step you take is contributing to your greater success, and keep moving forward with faith and confidence. Taking inspired action also means being open to change. The universe may not always give you exactly what you expect, but it will give you what you need. Be flexible in your approach and willing to adapt to new circumstances. When you are open to receiving, even if it comes in unexpected forms, you allow the flow of abundance to continue uninterrupted. Inspired action is about following the guidance that feels right for you, even if it requires stepping out of your comfort zone. The more you take inspired action, the more momentum you create. Each step you take builds upon the last, propelling you toward your goals. You start to build a sense of trust in yourself and in the universe. The more you act with intention and purpose, the more you'll begin to see the universe align with your desires. Abundance doesn't come to those who sit back and wait for it. It comes to those who take action. But the action you take must be inspired, aligned with your true desires, and guided by intuition. As you continue to take these inspired steps, you will find that everything starts to fall into place. The universe is always ready to support your journey, but it requires you to take the first step. Take action now and watch how the universe responds in kind. One of the most important lessons on the path to abundance is learning to trust the timing of your life. Often we become impatient when things don't unfold as quickly as we would like. We see others achieving success or manifesting their desires and we wonder, why isn't it happening for me? But the truth is, everything happens at the perfect time. The universe has its own rhythm, and sometimes what we desire is just not quite ready to manifest because it's not the right moment. Trusting the timing of your life requires patience, faith, and understanding. When you surrender to the timing of the universe, you release the pressure and anxiety that come from trying to control everything. You begin to understand that what is meant for you will never pass you by. Just because your dreams haven't come true yet doesn't mean they won't. The universe is always working behind the scenes to bring your desires to fruition. And sometimes it means things have to fall into place in their own time. Learning to trust the timing of your life also means letting go of the fear that you're running out of time. Many people rush to achieve their goals because they feel like they're behind or missing out. But this kind of thinking only creates stress and resistance. Trusting the timing of your life means knowing that everything is unfolding exactly as it should, even if you can't see the full picture yet. There are no accidents in life. Every experience, every encounter, every challenge is part of the divine timing of your journey. When you begin to trust that the universe has a perfect plan for you, you start to feel more at ease. You stop questioning why things are taking so long and start appreciating the lessons, growth, and experiences that are unfolding along the way. When you trust the timing of your life, you also learn to appreciate the present moment. You stop worrying about the future and start living in the now. You embrace the process, knowing that every step you take is leading you closer to your desired outcome. The universe knows exactly what you need and when you need it, so trust that everything is unfolding in divine order. Trusting the timing of your life doesn't mean being passive or complacent. It means being patient and confident in the process. You continue to take inspired action, knowing that your dreams will manifest at the right time. You also stay open to new opportunities, knowing that the timing of these opportunities may be exactly what you need. Remember, abundance is always available to you, but it doesn't always come in the exact form or timing you expect. Trust that the universe is guiding you toward your highest good. The right people, opportunities, and circumstances will align at the perfect moment. Keep your faith strong. Remain patient and trust that your desires are being brought to you in divine timing. The more you trust, the more you'll experience a sense of peace and contentment in the journey. Abundance is not just about the destination, it's about enjoying the process and knowing that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. The timing of your life is always perfect, and your dreams are on their way. One of the most powerful ways to allow abundance into your life is by letting go of attachment to specific outcomes. Many of us have a fixed idea of how things should unfold, what success looks like, and the exact timeline for our goals. We hold tightly to these visions, believing that if things don't happen in a certain way, we will be disappointed or that we haven't truly succeeded. However, this attachment to a particular outcome creates resistance. And resistance is one of the biggest blockers of abundance.